Hey everybody, it's the Modern Native, Mrs. Native, and I've got a lot I gotta do today. I'm gonna update you guys on a bunch of stuff, different animals that we got, and things that's going on. And hopefully the fencing is here today, so I can do some more fencing. I can put tarps on the roof, and can show you guys everybody all commune together. So, but for now, stay tuned. So would you look at that? I got me a Jeep. Isn't that awesome? Look at these tires. Those are some badass tires. I am very happy with this thing. It's gonna be nice. It is absolutely amazing that baby chicks, a day old, hatched today, didn't have to be shown. I literally just put them in there 30 seconds ago. Didn't get the chance to show them yet. I just put their cover on them. And they're already eating. And it looks like one's about to start drinking. And there we go. And now the rest will learn from him. That's all it takes. I didn't have to do nothing, so awesome. Little adventuring babies. The big snuggly babies. Alrighty, so I wanted to show everybody how I make my grain mix. It's an easy way to save on your expenses when it comes to feeding, and also it's healthier for the healthier for the animals, especially the fat piggy dog who loves my pig mix. But a lot of these single type grain mixes, if it's not a mix of grains, if it's just whole oats, it's cheaper than getting a pre-mixed goat feed, which can be up to $5 to $10 more. So if you end up getting these different bags, you get more weight per dollar without having to do the specialized feeds. Because I can do this grain mix for just about everybody on the farm. So right now I have a little bit of the old mix in there, but I'm adding a new ingredient this time. But the bulk of it is beet pulp shreds with molasses. It's generally a horse feed, but everybody on the farm can handle it. The problem is getting them to eat it, which is why I mix it. So, in one of these, what is it, 24 gallon tote, 27 gallon, something like that. Start with about a half bag of the beet pulp, and I put the beet pulp on the bottom because it's so dry and flaky. Everything else mixes in a lot better. She's just dusty. Then I'm gonna go with, like I said, the whole oats. Normally, I would wait until I'm about half to a quarter of a bag left, and then I'll just dump it all in, mix it up. But I want to start doing it pre-mixed, so it saves time and other people can feed, and I don't have to be like, all right, so it's a scoop of this, a scoop of that, a scoop of this, shake it around. You got to wet it down for this animal, you can't wet it down for this one, and it's a lot. So it's just scooper. Oh, scooper, where art thou? I do use these to sprout and ferment, which does help spread out feed costs. Yeah. I'll probably add more of that in a bit. Everyone's favorite cheap feed, the crack corn. Honestly, for the most part, this is just a way to add grit. stretcher. That's my new ingredient I'm adding, is the hay stretcher. I haven't done this one in this mix. I've just been scooping it in on its own. And now I have to remember to bring up actual rabbit food tomorrow. Just some whole corn. And I wish I had more sunflower seeds. Even the birds like this, but I'm gonna make the birds their own mix with the scratch grains, cracked corn, a little bit of layer pellets and chick feed, things like that, just to mix it up for them. And just some more whole oats on top. I do not know the nutrition percentage breakdown, but everybody seems to like it. Everybody's doing good on it, so. And then it's just the mixing process. I gotta mix it more, but yeah. Then you get a nice distributed mix of grains, and everybody's happy. I soak it for the pigs. I soak it for some of the goats. Some of them are picky, or some of them aren't really great about drinking their water or not kicking over their water dish. So you give them the hydration however you can. But yeah, let me get a close up on this. Thank you very much. And yeah, that's a nice mix of grains now. I don't like to use sweet feed because it's not great for male goats. So when I go and bring it to the goats, I do have their own goat feed. It's one of these bags in here. But it's this textured goat feed. They really like it. So I mix it with this about 50-50, and it helps stretch out their feed, and they seem to like it. Stay tuned. So this is our temporary feed station right now, because we don't have all the animals back there with us. And this is how I've been feeding the pigs. I want to show you guys my little trick here. So, like I said, what I'll do for the ducks is I'll come here and I'll grab a mat of it, a little chunk. I'll break it into pieces and put it in their dish and mix in some scratch grains. And they really like it. It gives them the greens and everything else. And it's a really good way to stretch out grains and seeds and feed. So you don't have to harvest hay. You don't have to have a hay source, which still costs. You can get this stuff bulk cheap. I got the whole oats that were sprouting in the one tray at Tractor Supply for the 50-pound bag. I used whole corn from Tractor Supply, the black oil sunflower seed bird feeds, all less than 20 bucks per bag, and that lasts for a really long time. And if I let the sunflowers go to seed, they'll give me seed. So it's little tricks to be able to stretch out what you have. So I take some of the pig feed, beet pulp, whole corn, whole oats, black oil sunflower seeds, like I said, the beet pulp, and some scratch grains, and I put it in the bucket until it's about 3/4 full, and I give it all a good stir around mix, and then I fill it full of water, and we get this. Sorry, I'm gonna try not to shake. You get this nice mash, and this is good. This bucket will feed them for 4 or 5 days, depending on how much dry I mix in. I mixed in some dog food because pigs actually do love dog food. It's a trick I learned from my aunt. But yeah, once it's hydrated and everything else, this really expands. It started out being only like 8 pounds in the pail, and then now this thing is freaking heavy. That's a solid bucket, and it lasts them a while. So I use this clean garbage can kind of as a measuring scoop because I got the 2 pigs. Trying to sell the boar. He did his job and I don't need him now. There we go. Need a bit more. Kind of figured out it's about 1/5 of the bucket. There. That looks good. Once I dump it into here, it fluffs out more, and then I add this. Now, I do a real similar dry mix, just to give them a little bit of bulk. And I give them just a 1 or 2 scoop on it. And that ends up being a nice, oh yeah, nice hefty meal for them. So I'm going to do the chicken's food, which is just, you know, crumble and all that. I don't do nothing fancy. But for the ducks and stuff, I have been sprouting fodder. This is a mixed tray of sprouts that I'm using. It's corn, black oil, sunflower seeds, whole oats, alfalfa, wheatgrass, a whole bunch of other stuff like that. And I leave it in here soaking in a tub of water and put plastic over it just to try to keep the stuff out of it. And I let that sprout. And then it becomes trays like this. Move these out here so they could stay damper on the ground and sprout better. They've been drying up too much where I had them, so. But I also have my sunflower sprouts. These I'm going to plant. These aren't going to be straight up food, but I needed to cover them because the birds kept throwing them into my kale and my spinach trays. And I'm trying to keep those separate. Because the whole plan is to be self-sufficient. So what we're trying to do is get to the point where we're producing everything that we need and we're able to still produce enough for ourselves and sell at farmers markets and stuff like that to be able to make a profit. So it's all about figuring out how to maximize your space. Like the berm around the pond, I wasn't going to plant in it, but I've been running behind and I needed more garden space and it was already done. So I'm planting in the berm. So it's, it was going to be just like corn and sunflowers and stuff like that. And on the back side to try to get some feed out of that side. And I'm trying to work out a deal with the farmer about haying that field, that section that's still there between us and the, you know, neighbor. And I just wasn't using the front of it, so I was going to landscape it. And I'm like, well, it's going to take forever for the grass to grow back properly. Giving it rooting and stuff like that to hold the berm together would just be a good idea. And I'm going to plant stuff that I don't have to dig up. I'm just going to cut and harvest. Then the grass can grow up around that, and the dead vegetation is going to add to the berm. So it just turned out to be one of those win-win-win-win situations. And so maximize your space, try to you know, get and produce and make everything that you have, or everything that you need, and figure out ways to be able to make stuff from the stuff that you have. Like store-bought potatoes that are seeding out, store-bought fruits and vegetables that are going bad, you can save the seeds and everything else. It's not all waste. Not to mention, if stuff's going bad, you got compost, and then you'll have richer soil. So it's all just changing your mindset that there's no such thing as waste. If it's something that is a waste, it can be used for something. Trust me, no matter what it is. But I'm gonna go and feed the pigs. I'm gonna go feed the rabbits and stuff like that. I'm gonna show you guys the stuff we got going on, and stay tuned. Look at that, 54 new chicks added to the roster. Look at how cute they are.
They're cute little runty guys. They're so cute. Can't help it, I love the runts. There's so many of them. Yeah, had to move the juveniles over. And the other batch is in there. It's just chicks everywhere. I'm having the chick fever.
Yeah, she is, but she came up and sniffed my hand first and then let me stroke her head.
These are our newest additions. This is Daisy Dukes. And she told me her name, but right now I can't remember. But she is papered, she's registered, and she is a purebred. She's absolutely gorgeous. Look at those colors. Yeah, you know you're pretty. Yeah. And wait, are you naturally pulled too, or just really good disbutted? I gotta feel your head. Daisy Dukes is gonna be Bucky Barnes' girlfriend. I gotta get that tag out of your ear though. I hate tags. I do. Wanted to put him in the graze pasture. This is gonna be the melon and cantaloupe and herb patch. So yeah. Such a sweet girl, Milky Way. I love this greeting every morning. These big fluffy ears of yours. Oh, it's a sweet girl. I'll see you later. Then she gets mad that I'm eating. Look at the happy piggies. Loners. Hi, babies. Look at these happy piggies. Yeah, those two are still a little spooky. Samson still loves wearing all the food. And they're doing a good job rooting around in my garden area. So this will be nice. Big. Your sister's coming. Did you know that? Yeah. Morning, Daisy Dukes. Morning. Hi, Milky Way. Who's a sweet girl? Yeah? Wow. Oh, jeez. Well, yeah, I think you're naturally pulled because I don't even feel any scars. Yeah. Hi, Daisy. Hi, Daisy. I gotta get you some fly spray. I know, I got you. I'm going to Tractor Supply. Look at the baby bunnies. Look at the baby bunnies. This is the Crookshanks offspring. But you can tell who Dad is. Huh? Because who's a Buffanova daddy? Huh? Buffanova? Buffy boy. But I'm super excited because everything's coming together. I ended up getting some rabbit hutches. That's where the babies are. And we were able to upgrade, give everybody more space, more security, more wind and sun protection and all that. I like having them out in the open cages out in the field and stuff with a shade over them and stuff, but yeah, it lets them break up the grass and get the natural feel of things. But I want to make them a rabbit tractor. You can Google a chicken tractor, pig tractor, rabbit tractor. You'll see that it's a movable run that can house the animals so they can get at the ground and break up soil or eat the grass and weeds and stuff like that, drop fertilizer. It's a really good regenerative farming practice. That's what it's called. So, just part of the update. I wanted to show you guys the rabbit hutches that we got going on, and got them at a good deal. They got a little beat up in transit, but you know how it is. Alright everybody, so to actually get the whole routine and to show everybody everything, I'm going to have to break it up into a couple of days, only because I'm not able to get everything on film the same day, because there's a lot to do and a lot to be done, so. But, that's basically most of what we have to do. There's a lot in between, like I mess with fodder trays, you know, when I'm walking by them. I plant stuff on the berm or in the garden when I'm walking by, and I try to get stuff set up whenever I can or do whatever small things, you know, as I'm walking through. So there's a lot that goes on other than what I got to show you, but yeah. I just wanted to share that with you guys, kind of like a day in the life thing. But for now, until next time, don't forget to get out there, be a native, and go beast.